You know, there's one thing I could tell you absolutely certainly, and that's that I never imagined that I would end up here. I started out working in film and production. Eventually I became an operator and then a director of photography. I would have sworn that I hated business, that I had no acumen for business. So when I started to actually be in business, first in my own company and then for Panavision, I still wake up every morning amazed by that. In 1986, I really didn't know what I was going to do with the rest of my life. I was really at a moment when I had abandoned my career as a DP. I knew people who were putting on a jazz festival in the south of France. And so I had $20 in my pocket, and I got on a plane and I went to France. And when I went out and stood in front of the stage, I saw this amazing thing float out over the audience, float out over the musicians, look straight down, rotate around, spiral out, and start flying away. And nothing like that had ever existed in the world before that I was aware of. This was the Luma crane. A light bulb went off over my head, and it wasn't just the drugs. I went back to my friend Bobby and I said, Bobby, this thing is incredible and it will change filmmaking. And a year and a half later, we did bring the Luma to America. I'm an active member of the SOC. I really was a guy who panned and tilted, and I loved it. I really loved being an operator. And then I stopped working in production, and so I missed it. And when Bill Hines came to me and asked me to help on the first crane seminars about almost 20 years ago, it was an opportunity to kind of step back in and help design and think about, you know, how best to present cranes and remote heads and all of the technology that was emerging at that time. And technology only carries you so far. Understanding how things work, understanding the dictates of your job are necessary and vital, but the relationships with the people you work with, really the heart of it. You know, but in some way or another, this business has been my whole life. I got 45 years here. It still excites me. I was on a set yesterday, visiting with people. You know, I still love to do that, and I hope I always will.